Welcome to Metro's Environmental Construction Awareness Program module on stormwater best management practices. While we work together, transforming Los Angeles into a more livable, sustainable city, we are just as careful about the process as we are about the outcome. We are asking you to think differently with us about how to build infrastructure so that the construction process protects the health of our waterways. Water that reaches the ground is known as stormwater. Stormwater does not include contaminated groundwater from below the surface, process, or wastewater. These topics are covered in other MECA modules. Stormwater can flow along uncovered surfaces, eventually entering catch basins that lead to storm drains. Storm drains are channels that run under our city, moving water away from our streets and into the ocean to minimize flooding. This water typically does not get treated or cleaned before it is released to the ocean. So when water-carrying pollutants join streams and finally the ocean, each body of water can become polluted. Such pollution can cause damage to the environment, our atmosphere, and human health. As a result, stormwater discharges are regulated by the California Water Resources Control Board and the Los Angeles Regional Water Board. The best way to avoid the impacts of stormwater pollution is to implement best management practices to keep stormwater clean. If not careful, some construction activities can contribute to stormwater pollution. Soil disturbing activities such as clearing, grubbing, and earthwork can produce sediment that, if not contained, can mix with stormwater. In addition, erosion from staging of contaminated soils, leaked slurries from sawing and grinding operations, wastewater, and waste from concrete washout operations are likely pollutants. Leaks or accidental spills from use and storage of hazardous materials such as vehicle fluids, batteries, concrete materials, curing compounds, joint seal materials, paints, solvents, thinners, and other chemicals can seep into stormwater. Other unintended sources of pollution include wastewater from vehicle cleaning operations, green waste from vegetation removal, non-stormwater from dewatering operations, trash from packaging or food debris, or sanitary waste. One of the best ways to avoid stormwater pollution is to control materials so they don't leave the worksite. Yet sometimes a variety of innovative solutions are needed to solve large-scale challenges. At the La Brea South Yard, as part of the Purple Line Extension Section 1, a tire wash was installed to keep sediment from tracking out. Sediment wetted for dust suppression stuck to truck wheels in the yard. The wheel wash contained the sediment, keeping it off the city streets and out of storm drains. Working in conjunction with frequent street sweeping, the project has been successful in minimizing stormwater pollution. Construction companies working for Metro must comply with applicable state and regional permits related to stormwater. These permits are updated occasionally, so contractors are encouraged to check for the latest version. Metro has numerous specifications and plans in place to ensure stormwater pollution is adequately controlled, not only to meet compliance obligations with laws and ordinances, but to meet and exceed Metro's commitment to the community to be a good neighbor and the leader in environmental practices. The Environmental Impact Report or Environmental Impact Study that guides the project includes a mitigation, monitoring, and reporting plan with specific goals and strategies to minimize stormwater pollution. Metro's MRDC and GRs provide additional guidance. The Water Pollution Control Spec outlines the contractor's responsibility for permits, plans, and submittals, many of which are introduced in this module with samples provided for download. As a partner in construction projects, Metro takes an active role in ensuring that contractors have sound plans for stormwater protection. At Metro, we are building infrastructure to last well into the future. These projects have the potential not only to keep stormwater clean during construction, but if planned for, to maintain or even improve the quality of stormwater when buildings and infrastructure are in operation. These considerations need to happen from the beginning of the project, and we invite you to innovate along with us. Your project might be governed by a SWIP or WPCP, depending on how much soil disturbance is expected. This documentation is your commitment to using the best management practices available to control stormwater pollution and should align with Metro's larger permits. Your plan includes specific strategies selected their locations, time frame, and implementation, and schedules for inspection and maintenance based on resources such as those found in the California Stormwater Quality Association handbooks and documentation. Either program must be developed and overseen by a qualified member of your environmental team. These documents must be submitted and approved by necessary regulatory bodies and Metro before site activity can begin. If plans are not in place and approved, and if stormwater pollution is not properly controlled, construction projects can be shut down or receive notices of violation and fines. Metro expects that inspections, tests, reports, and submittals as outlined in plans and permits are submitted on time and completed to minimize work delays and fines. These submittals are the contractor's evidence of plan implementation. A number of submittals may be required for a Metro project, such as pre-construction documents, including all necessary hydraulic and hydrologic studies and runoff drainage calculations, weekly stormwater and non-stormwater inspection reports, quarterly and annual reports, lab reports based on sampling events, and REAPs that reflect stormwater pollution risk levels before, during, and post-storm events. Should your qualified SWIP developer or practitioner change, Metro should be notified immediately in order to file its required notification to the state. Prevention is pivotal to project success. Monitor discharge points before work begins to ensure no issues exist. Consider the work for the day and what areas may need additional protection. Be sure that spill kits and other equipment are available in good working order should they be needed. As we often hear from the field, it is the little things that get a project sited. Therefore, daily maintenance of BMPs is critical to a successful project. Check for proper storage of rusty or greasy parts, use of containment and secondary containment, condition of fiber rolls used to protect inlets, effectiveness of track-out prevention measures, etc. If something is no longer working effectively, replace it immediately. If you see trash, or even if it is blown onto the site, collect and dispose of it properly so it doesn't become a problem for our project. Metro continuously updates its specifications and requirements. When planning a new project, be sure to review all the materials carefully and be sure to understand components that are the contractor's responsibility, as these are project-specific. Contractors should plan for sufficient personnel with any required certifications, materials, and adequate equipment to perform and maintain water pollution control maintenance work through the end of the project. This includes training employees and subcontractors on when and how to use BMPs. If conditions change on the construction site that impact water pollution controls, or if the measures being used are found to be inadequate to the need, Metro expects the contractors to be proactive, submitting an updated SWIP to address the new situation. Keeping stormwater clean is a priority in Metro projects, from inception through construction and operations. This commitment shows in the comprehensive stormwater protection program required on our projects. We invite you to work with us to bring state-of-the-art, innovative water pollution control strategies to our projects. In order to keep projects moving on schedule and on budget, we expect contractors to attend meetings for planning and coordination and to complete all plans, monitoring, inspections, notifications, and reports required during and following construction. Timely submittals of deliverables with sufficient time for review and approval by Metro and clear communication throughout the project are essential to minimize delays in construction and avoidance of fines or other penalties. Thank you for watching this MECA module. Resources mentioned in this module are available for download from this site. We also encourage you to share your feedback using the form on this site or send your thoughts to sustainability@metro.net. Let us know that you watched and learned from this module. You might want to take a screenshot of this certification and include it in materials you share with Metro.